what's up YouTube? This is a long overdue video. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a lot of long overdue videos. So this is going to be my February, 2023 reads. So I actually read 5 titles. This is the most I ever read in a while. But I've been going on a binge, especially with the announcement of authorities and stuff like that. So let's see how they stack up and how they compare with each other. I don't think I need to do a big review summary of everything. I'll just tell you the main points and what I thought about the book and stuff like that, and how I'd rate it. All right, where should we start off, David? Oh, I dropped it. Oh, I guess
dominoes.
They're all damaged anyway. It's fine. This is my personal library.
Okay, so that's your personal favorite. We'll go. I guess we'll leave that one for the end.
My personal library.
Okay. Let's go in order how you like them, I would say.
Okay, let's go from least to favorite.
There you go.
Let's see. All right, I'm gonna start off with All-Star Superman.
Okay.
This one is actually pretty good too, but for me, I'm actually not a Superman fan. But basically, this is the absolute All-Star Superman. This one recently got restocked. I don't think reprinted. So those of you guys who are missing out on this one, definitely pick it up before it's going out of stock again. I'm gonna take out the dust jacket for you as well, so you can see.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. So I'll show you the artwork and stuff like that, and if you want to get a buying decision. But for this one, it's basically a story about how Lex Luthor is getting older, right? And so is Superman. Everybody's getting older now. And what was it? Lex Luthor was it's time to get really serious about killing Superman. Because Superman always defeats him some way or another. So what he did was he poisoned the sun, or he did something to the sun. So now Superman's cells are basically not repairing itself anymore. He's actually aging and dying. And this story is all about that. And it tells you how Superman's I think it was 3 or something. He has 5 or something more incredible feats that he can do before he passes away.
Okay.
And he's telling Lois Lane I am Clark Kent, stuff like that. I guess they didn't know each other, but it's a good story, a well-rounded story for Superman for sure. He gives his power to Lois Lane as well. That way, Lois can finally see how it's like to be a superhero or like him. So it was a very fun read. Now, would I say it's my favorite read out of this entire stack? No, but it's still a pretty solid read, from what I can tell.
Yeah, it's one of the most, what people say is one of the best Superman stories, standalone stories like this.
Yeah, it's a very solid standalone story for sure. And then what's it called? I know Jess from OmniDog. I believe he's going to be doing a review for this one as well and putting it on our channel. He loves the story. Loves this story.
That's cool.
So
the art style is unique on this one too.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a lot of extras in here as well. I like how this one's by Morrison. You either love him or hate him.
Yeah.
There's not really an in between for a lot of people. But this one I haven't really heard. I heard more positive things than negative things for this one for sure.
Yeah.
So.
And for the absolutes, I think that works for the single stories where it's a self-contained stories.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to have any tie-ins like that, because it just makes you're valuing that story by itself.
That's for sure. Next up on the list, this is number 4 out of 5. I Kill Giants. Now this one is actually a really good read as well. Mitch actually recommended this one to me, and so did Michael Frey. I had this one for a very long time. I forgot how many issues this is. This should have been only 5 issues, it's a very short story, and it was only a limited run as well, I believe. It tells you somewhere how many there is. I just can't remember, but I think it was maybe 1,000. It's signed 124 out of 150 copies ever made. I guess that's signed. It was very good. So this one takes you follow this girl. I forgot her name, and basically, she's a giant killer, right? So, how it says in the story, I kill giants. She has a really big imagination and stuff like that. And the story is basically her giants are her fears of her mom. Her mom has cancer or something like that. So she imagines her mom, or just her fears of being giants now, and she has a battle that. So it's more of a psychological thriller and stuff like that. So
Okay. Spoilers.
yeah, whenever you're like a young kid and you're like, all these bad things are going on, so you just imagine it even more intense and stuff like that, and just trying to figure a way to defeat them. So yeah, it follows her along, and she is being bullied and stuff like that as well. I feel like it's a very one of those emotional roller coasters of a story.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of extras in here. So here's where it's finished. Plenty of extras. If you want a deep dive review for this one, definitely hit up Mitch. This is one of his favorite stories. And he said he cried like 10 times because he's a big baby.
And there was a movie made of this as well?
Yeah, there was a movie made of this one.
Yes, which is actually how I know about it. I didn't know it was an actual comic book. And now I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hopefully the movie did justice to the book. But, JP liked it.
Yeah, pretty solid. So for Superman Grant Morrison, I would give this, for me, a 7 out of 10. This one, I give this an 8 out of 10 because of how emotional it was.
Okay.
There you go. Oh, and these last three are really tough because they're all so good. But let's see. I would put Absolute Authority, or just the Authority run, as number 3 out of these books I read. But I'll still give it a solid 9 out of 10.
Okay, cool.
And it's I'll open up one of these. I already did a review for this one, I believe, but I'll just open this one as well. So it's basically, imagine like real superheroes, but they're just like your average people, right? People with superpowers, as your everyday average heroes, and they don't hold back. They don't have any like philosophies or stuff like that. You cannot kill. It's more of like a grittier version of the Justice League, or you can imagine the Boys.
Okay.
But they're like actual like heroes that try to save the Earth, but they don't hold back. They'll kill people. They'll behead them. They'll literally destroy like entire nations, just to make sure the United States or whatever country they're saving is the one that's superior. But they do not try to take over the world or anything. They just want to make the world a safer place and stuff like that.
By any means?
By any means necessary. That is right. So I know there's a TV show or movie coming out for this one. That's what James Gunn announced. So that's why I picked it up and read it. And honestly, I would say this story is a lot of fun. However, I did like the first half a lot better than the second half. The second half, I like the ending of the second half, but like the first 3 arcs felt like filler to me. But whatever you guys want, let me know what you think. What did you think about this story? Because I know Dede, he said, man, every single scene in here feels like a cinematic, this feels like a cinematic run because you can see the artwork and stuff, it looks very cinematic on the word. So really excited to see how this gets portrayed in the films.
Okay, and then the James Gunn announced it for the DC a lineup, right?
Yeah.
So this is, I guess now they're part of DC.
Yeah, either movies or TV shows, but they always been part of DC. It's just a black label version.
Okay,
yeah.
So I wonder if they're gonna have any I know he's trying to tie in all of the universe, the shows and everything together.
Yeah, exactly.
So I wonder if it's gonna tie in with actual Superman, Batman, all those.
Yeah, who knows? All right, so we have 2 more left. I'm gonna say number 2 is Vision.
Okay, wow.
All right, so let's open this one. I did a review for this one as well already.
Yes.
But let me open it up, and I thought this one was pretty solid as well. So this one, I guess, if you remember watching, what's it called, the WandaVision?
Yes.
Yeah, WandaVision. This is exactly like that TV show, but with Vision trying to start a family instead of
Wanda and Vision.
Yeah, Wanda, because he was like, if Wanda could do it, then I can do it too. So he made his own family and stuff like that. But it took a dark turn, and this one was a very emotional roller coaster because everybody doesn't like Vision and his family because they're considered robots or not real people, and he had to go through a lot of whodunit type of stuff. Somebody tried to rob Vision, and he got deaded. Somebody killed the robber, and there's a lot of whodunit type of scenarios going around right now. And then everybody's just afraid of Vision as well. Even the Avengers are afraid of Vision as well because there's a prophecy going on that Vision will destroy the world. And and then you'll find out why all this is like, why is that prophecy could be coming true as you read more of the story. But it was a very great read. I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend this one for anybody that wants a little bit of Vision. If you don't want to, if you want to just know more about Vision but don't really care about his backstory and stuff like that, this is just like another story, a pretty solid story for him if you want to like have more of a tie or attachment to Vision, but not really a character origin story at all.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, a lot of extras. Yeah, there's a lot of extras in this one for sure. Like everything right here, like half the book is extras, and the other half is story. But pretty solid read. I would definitely give this one a 10 out of 10. There was no complaints for this one. Whenever I read a story, and if I want to go to sleep, I'm like, no, I gotta read the next issue. That's when you know it's a good one. And this is exactly how it was. All right, last one. And last but not least, I was really surprised I would be saying this, but my favorite read of this one is actually Catwoman: Lonely City. And I did not expect it to be that good, but it was pretty solid. And I know a lot of people have been saying this is their favorite read. I know Mitch, Chris, Balga, Day, a lot of people were like, yo, I read this one, you have to read it, it's so good. So this one takes place, Catwoman, I guess she's like older now, right?
Yeah.
So this takes place, Catwoman basically got out of prison because she was in prison, I don't know for how long, maybe like 20, 20, 30 years, I'm not sure. But basically she was in prison, Batman, the entire Bat family died in the very beginning of the story, and then you figure out why. And Catwoman was just trying to live life in Gotham again. I think Harvey Dent, Two-Face, is actually mayor in this one as well now. And then you meet a lot of were they villains back then? What's his name? The alligator guy?
Oh, Killer Croc?
Yeah, Killer Croc. They were villains back then, but not anymore. So Gotham is now like a peaceful, like crime is down, everything is down.
Okay.
We have like what's it called? Bat Police now. They're actually using Bruce Wayne's technology to enforce the world and like have security and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, this basically takes place when the Bat family is dead. Selena Kyle's basically trying to like find her way, stop Harvey Dent from being mayor. And talking to Oracle, or what's her name, Barbara?
Yeah,
Barbara Gordon. And it's a really good story. You can tell that they're aging as well. Catwoman, she's like, I don't know how I used to do this anymore. My legs are hurting and stuff like that. Running across buildings. Yeah, poison ivy. Yeah, aging as well. So it's a very fun read. I don't want to spoil it too much for you. But if you never read this one, I would highly recommend this one as well. I'll give this one a solid 11 out of 10.
Wow. And your favorite read for February, huh?
Yeah, my favorite read for February so far. It's a very, very, like, this is a cover-to-cover read. Whenever I recommend books to people, I always recommend them cover-to-cover reads because, like, when you read one end to the other end, it's like, okay, that's when you know it's good.
Yeah.
And Noah did that recently with Savage Avengers. I was like, yo, if you read that Savage Avengers omnibus, you gotta read it cover to cover. You're not even gonna take a break, and that's exactly what he did. Yeah, so these are my reads of February 2023. Let me know what your reads were. Don't forget, we're also we do want people to send in. If you go to our email, if you go to my website, go to my email, message me your collections and stuff like that. We do want to shout out some more people in the community, their collections, what their library looks like, really cool. Yeah. And just like looking at your library, because it's always fun to look at. So definitely let me know what you think about this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.